guys, in today's how-to video I want to explain what shot cadence or shot rhythm is and how you can improve your technique to engage target arrays faster and sooner, gaining a lot of time per stage. So what is shot cadence or shot rhythm? Simply stated, it's the flow and especially the timing of your different shots on a particular target, especially in a target array where you transition from one target to another, making it sound as if you are engaging one target and not different targets. Why is shot cadence or shot rhythm so important? Well, simply stated, you can gain a lot of time per target in a target array, per stage, and for the entire match. Before explaining how you can improve your shot cadence, I want to make two quick but very important side steps. The first is on point of aim and the second is on target transitions. So regardless of engaging IPSC or USPSA paper targets or poppers, it's important that you select a very specific point of aim on that particular target where you want to overlay your red dot or your iron sights, and also if you want to transition from one target to another target, that you zoom in on a particular point of aim that you select. You can use stickers, for example patches, that you patch onto the targets to make it easier and to train your eyes to zoom in on a particular point to make sure that the eyes will jump and the guns will follow from one point of aim to another point of aim. So don't look at the entire target, but zoom in, focus on particular point of aims if you want to engage targets. The second side step I want to make is on target transitions. Now, if you want to know more, I recommend that you watch another video I made, which is called How to Improve Your Shooting Flow 1, in which I dig in much deeper into target transitions. So this is just a quick recap. If you want to engage two targets, as in this case two paper targets, it's important that you select points of aim during your walkthrough per target where you're gonna overlay your iron sights or your red dot. The point of aim is the point where you will actually zoom your eyes into and you will fire off your shots. Now, as soon as the second shot leaves the barrel, and that's not the same as verifying the actual hit on the target. So as soon as the second shot leaves the barrel, that's the moment to actually jump your eyes from the previous point of aim to the next point of aim. So that's the first thing that's going to transition from one target to another, are the eyes to the pre-selected point of aim, so that your gun follows automatically in a process that I cut into two parts. The first part is actually the part in which you, in a very speedy and snappy way, transition the gun from one target to another target. So here you really need to be aggressive and snappy, and just before your gun actually arrives at the border of the next target, regardless of being a paper target or a steel target, it doesn't matter, is when you will slow down to focus in and to hone in on accuracy to make sure that your iron sights or your dot will actually overlay over the pre-selected point of aim in which your eyes are focusing in, so you can actually fire off your shot. And the next transition, you actually do the same thing. So eyes transition first, the gun will follow. Make sure that as soon as the second shot is fired, that in a snappy way you transition your gun, and just before you arrive at the border of the next target, you will just slow down a little bit to overlay your sights or your dot to fire off the next shots on the target. Shot cadence in practice viewed from a beginner or an intermediate shooter. If there are 3 targets in a target array, most beginner and intermediate shooters will actually view these targets independently from each other, and they will also engage it independently from each other, which you will clearly hear when they engage it per shot and also during the transition from one target to another. So as they view each target separately, they will engage it 1, 2, they will transition to the next target and again engaging it 1, 2, again transitioning to the last target in the array, engaging it 1, 2. So you can clearly hear that per target and even per shot there is a specific timing or cadence, and then especially if they transition from one target to another target in a target array, it will take some time, and you will clearly hear that they are engaging 3 targets in a target array. So how do advanced shooters view and engage the same target array as discussed earlier from the perspective of a beginner or an intermediate shooter? Well, instead of looking at each target in the array as a separate independent target and engaging it in such a way also, 1, 2, transition 1, 2, transition 1, 2, they actually look at each target in the target array as a whole. So it's not 3 separate targets, it's actually one target array that I need to engage, not with 1, 2, transition 1, 2, transition 1, 2, but in a continuous flow where the shots actually roll from one target to another target. So meaning here is we have 3 targets, 6 shots that we need to fire onto them. So instead of doing 1, 2, transition 1, 2, transition 1, 2, they will actually engage it in this manner: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you hear the cadence, the flow is much different than 1, 2, transition 1, 2, transition 1, 2, which is slower. And this is also something that you need to actually mention clearly, consciously mention if you're doing your walkthrough and you have a target array with multiple targets. So instead of saying 1, 2, transition 1, 2, transition 1, 2, you engage it as a whole with the flow and the cadence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this will actually speed up your cadence, especially when you need to engage different targets in a target array. Shot cadence is applicable to any type of target array in which you have multiple targets presented together, as in this scenario where you have 2 IPSC poppers and an IPSC target. Do not look at each target separately, but look at it as a whole to engage 1, 2, 3, 4. So not 1, 1, 1, 2, because again that will slow down your shot cadence or your shot rhythm. Look at it as a whole: 1, 2, 3, 4, and also count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you can improve your shot cadence engaging target arrays.